Did about $100,000 in sales doing just used books my first year. Definitely don't need a lot of money to get started. Just having a repricer in general is going to massively grow your sales. And then specifically when I went ahead and upgraded to the AI plan, I saw like several of my best wholesale SKUs, like the buy box rotation on those items, like doubled overnight. I was even finding some cases where AI was bringing the buy box up higher. Like I turned it on and then suddenly one of my best items like was selling for $1 more and it was selling faster. I'm like, what is going on here?
My personal rules for buying stuff for Amazon is I'm trying to make 100% return on investment when I buy it. And even if there is a lot of competition, but the sales rank is super low, you'll probably get some of that buy box rotation. And that's where having something like a BQool is really instrumental because you're able to constantly be repricing. I never have to think about my prices because it's always being repriced for me to match what the buy box should be, which is why, like you said, my buy box percentage is pretty high and really wanting to only work for myself because I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to have anybody tell me what I need to do. I wanted something that would buy myself the time to do what I wanted to do, both business-wise as well as in life, which is why I feel like I have more freedom than a lot of people who might make 3 to 5 times as much as me on Amazon because I do exactly what I want to with all of my money. I think the main way BQool helped me with my business goes back to what we were first talking about why I got into Amazon, and it was to buy back my time.
But then BQool is our repricer right now as well. That's what we're using. And my mom's actually, she and I had a call today going back and forth, making some strategy changes, deciding where we are in the 5-tier structure of AI, but we love the tool. We love how robust it is. And we're excited about where it's taking us already. And, the first several weeks that we've been playing with it, we've seen some great results.
Hello, Repricer customers. Welcome to our official Conditional Repricing Launch. I am thrilled that you have joined us. I'm Samuel, the brand evangelist, also the host of the YouTube and podcast channels. Right now, I want you to turn off all your other windows so that you can focus on the new conditional repricing updates. I want you to be able to use the next 1 hour and get the best conditional repricing strategies and tips so that you can make the best out of your repricer to improve your buy box win rate and most importantly, your Amazon business sales. Also to overcome your pain points, challenges that you face on a daily basis. Before I continue, I want to give a shout out to our friends Warner Field, 21-year-old seller and coach who is on his way to make $1 million on Amazon this year. You can find him on YouTube under Fields of Profits and also in his Discord group. I also want to thank Anthony Bodanza. Make sure to follow his channel and see where his Amazon adventure brings him while he's traveling on the road to see the most beautiful scenery in the States. He's 100% remote and he's making money on Amazon while he's traveling. I also want to thank Jim Cockrum, the chief building business warrior on Silent Jim and the owner of Silent Sales Machine. They also are super looking forward to today's launch, so let's listen to what they have to say.
Hey, BQool friends and fellow BQool users. I just wanted to make a quick congratulatory video about the new feature for the conditional repricing. Very excited to see this rolling out. Can't wait to implement it. You guys are a valued and trusted partner of the silentjim.com community, the Proven Amazon course, the Silent Sales Machine radio podcast. And on behalf of the entire team and our community and so many users who use your fantastic tool, great work. Congratulations. Thanks for listening so closely to the needs of the sellers out here who are using your products every day. Keep up the great work. And again, congratulations. Thank you, guys.
Hey y'all, it's Warner from Fields of Profit. I'm super excited about the new BQool launch going on tonight. I, for one, have really enjoyed using BQool in the past. AI specifically has really increased the buy box percentage on a bunch of my items. I'm super excited to see a couple of the new features they've rolled out. One of the features in particular is going to allow me to implement different repricing rules depending on how old my inventory is, which I'm super excited about to keep that cash flow rolling and continue to grow my Amazon business. Congrats on the new update, BQool. Super excited to keep working together.
Hey Samuel and BQool, it's Anthony. I'm so stoked that you guys are releasing this conditional repricing. It's something that manually I've been having to go and do over and over again every month, and I cannot wait for the time savings that it's going to bring me. I also really appreciate that you guys reached out to me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, to get our feedback before this launch happened. And I know that you guys had to make some changes that took a lot of effort, and I really appreciate that those happened so that it would make our lives a lot easier as Amazon sellers with this new software to really be the most optimized. And I appreciate that you guys really do care about our feedback. I already know that this is going to make a big difference in how I run my business, especially in the time savings, which we all know that time is money as a business owner, but I just can't wait to see exactly how much it's going to make a change for me. Thank you guys again, and congratulations on this rollout. I know it's just one of many things that you guys have down the pipeline, and I'm so excited for you guys to continue working with us sellers to make sure that you guys create the software that makes our lives easier.
They all use BQool AI Repricer and have great success with it. You'll be able to find links to their channels in the description below. Now, as I always say, let's get to business. I want to make sure you can all hear me. Whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or any other platform, let me know where you're from in the chat so that we can give you a shout out. You could also list down any questions that you have throughout the webinar, and we will do our best to answer them in the chat. Last, remember to stay until the very end, because we will be having a massive giveaway, especially if you have entered into our lucky draw from completing our survey. For everyone else, there will be an exclusive launch day discount. We will also be answering questions that were submitted from you in the Q&A session that we'll have at the end as well. Throughout the webinar, I will be asking you some important questions. You can enter the answers in the chat, and whoever gives the best answers and answers first will be rewarded. This way, you can take notes on the most important key points in this webinar. So what is conditional repricing? You're probably wondering what our new conditional repricing means for your business, especially if you already have algorithmic rules and AI-powered rules. The main goal of the conditional repricer is to allow you to further automate your business and reach higher sales and profitability. We shouldn't be where we were last year. Amazon is a competitive place and everyone else is improving around you. You don't want to be left behind. The only thing that is constant is change. This is why you need a conditional repricer, as this is going to help you in a massive way. The top 3 benefits are, it's going to save you time, it's going to help you sell faster, it is going to help you make more profits. Remember to write this down. The main advantage that conditional repricing can do is to help you switch between different repricing rules that you have already set, or our 5 default AI rules based on the conditions such as sales, units sold, buy box win percentage, inventory, and much more. Second, you can sell more and earn more profits by automating your pricing. I'll go into this more in details. To quickly recap, our new BQool conditional repricing has 3 default rules. These 3 default rules are recommended, but not limited to these. For inventory age conditions, you can consider recommending on slow-moving inventory or individual items, possibly even perishable items. For sell-through rate condition, you can put this on fast-moving inventory. And for days of supply conditions, you can focus and put these on larger volume products and also your replens. Now we're going to talk about the 5 key benefits using the BQool conditional repricing. First, you can automatically switch between the rules. It's like having an arsenal of weapons that automatically switch to the best one depending on the situation. Earlier in my Matrix shorts, it's really about giving you the superpower to defeat any competitor. If you're a Marvel fan, it's like having the Affinity Glove and being able to absorb the superpower of all the heroes. Based on the certain triggers, it would automatically switch to your most important rule. Second, you can automate your prices while sales increase or decrease. BQool will help you react based on your sales and also your units sold. You can automatically adjust your prices to help you increase sales or increase profitability, finding that sweet spot. Third, factoring inventory condition in your conditional repricing is going to help you move excess stock, especially dead stock. The worst thing that can happen is that you're incurring expenses and not getting any sales back for your investment. Incurring these storage fees even before you get any money back. You need to get the cash flow for slow-moving products. You need to get rid of the chains that are holding you back from success. Excess inventory sucks the money out of your business by tying up resources, running up storage costs, and there's an opportunity cost that's holding too much stock aside from incurring unnecessary fees. You might be unable to respond to the shift in customer demands, while aging inventory could force you to liquidate. Fourth, these changes will help you increase your buy box win percentage. For the products that you just don't seem to ever win the buy box and you can't sell, you can set specific conditions to trigger a more aggressive rule of price to help you. This will also help you when the buy box is suppressed so that you can reprice with the most suitable repricing rule. Fifth, you'll be able to get more sales and automate your pricing. Many sellers spend a lot of time adjusting their min price every day, every week, every month. This is usually the case when after 2 weeks, they are still not winning the buy box. There's a seller below your minimum price, and you know that they have a lot of stock, so that they're not going to be selling out anytime soon. In this case, you'll be able to automate your min prices lower and get the buy box back and sell some of the products out. All right, I'm going to be testing out your typing skills right now and also how you capture information. So, are you guys ready? Type ready if you're ready. So, listen carefully. This is the question. What are 3 main benefits of the conditional repricing that's going to help your Amazon business? I'm going to repeat my question again. What are 3 main benefits that's going to help improve your Amazon business using the conditional repricing? All right, I'm going to see the chat right now. Okay. All right, we have a lot of people chatting here. I want to see the right answer. Okay. All right, I see Michael. Michael has the right answer. Congratulations, Michael. There's a lot of other people who also left very great answers, so you might be rewarded as well. So pay attention to what I'm saying next. Next, I'm going to talk about some real-life scenarios that were requested by you. Today, I'm going to be focusing more on the advanced FBA conditional repricing rules because I promised you that. So don't worry if it seems complicated because I'll be making some videos of the most common scenarios after the launch. So we're looking at some of the real life scenarios, and these scenarios are based from the survey that people have filled out and provided to us. And from this survey, we actually have 3 different major categories that, of the different conditions we have. So I'm just going to show you that very quickly here. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to repricing rules here, and I add a new rule. And then when I add a new rule, there's also conditional repricing. And then here, I'm just going to show you the different categories. So you can see how to pick the conditional repricing rule for you. I'm giving you a framework. There's 3 major categories. Okay, so the first one is like inventory age and excess stock, and that will be inventory age. And then also, let's say days of supply, that's related to your stock. And then also estimated excess, estimated long-term storage fees, and also estimated long-term storage units. Well, those are all related to inventory. And the second one is related to sales. This is going to be units sold. This could be sales. It could also be the available quantity as well. And the third one is pricing. And this is the buy box wins, listing at the min price, listing at the max price. These are all related to pricing. So let me go into a specific scenario for everybody here. And then I'm just going to go back into the repricing, add a new rule here. And then I'm going to go back. So let's add a new rule. Let's go back to the repricing rules here. And then I'm going to go to add new rule. And in here, I go to conditional repricing. And, we as sellers all have need to have a liquidation strategy. And everyone's liquidation strategy could be a little bit different, but it really depends. So for the liquidation strategy, I'm going to talk about inventory. I'm going to talk about, when you want to liquidate unsold aging inventory and what is the strategy that you should use, what is conditional repricing that you should use. So if you follow with me, I'm going to go to inventory age conditions, and I'm going to just name it here. I'm going to name it Liquidate Unsold Aging Inventory. Okay, I'm going to just add that in there. And I'm going to go to next. And then when I go into the next here, I can really set this up. You could see that it starts from 0 to 30 days all the way to more than 365 days. So I want to give you a specific example. For example, if you had a branded sports bottle and you bought it for $2.99 and you got 100 of them, but then it's now over 90 days, and you still, you thought you're going to sell out a lot of them, but you still got like 80 of them left. So it's not really moving. All right. So one of the tips that our large sellers, six-figure sellers, 7-figure sellers, they recommend it to us is definitely look at the 90 days. It's like a cutoff line. If the product isn't selling in 90 days, then it's time to let it go. It's time to reduce maybe the min price. Maybe you want to put on a more aggressive rule, and then you can now do that automatically through here. So I'm going to go right here between 91 and 180 days. And here I've already at the sales booster, and I can select the rule plus min price. And perhaps it was about a 30%, 35% ROI when I got the product. I might now need to lower it to maybe 0% to break even in order for me to sell out the product, to move that product. But of course, I'm not going to do that with stock that's already selling. So I need to put another condition on top of this one to make it make sense, because I'm trying to move the dead stock. So I'm going to go to add condition here, and then I'm going to put units sold the last 7 days, let's say, is equal to 0. So it means that this product isn't moving and the inventory age is over 90 days. So that's when you need to discount it. And you want to get more of the product. You want to move the product out. And then another scenario is, let's say if you have perishable items. So let's say the perishable item could be a tropical, it could be a grocery item. It can be an item that is going to expire. And then perhaps it's going to expire after 180 days. So here you can actually go between 181 and 270 days, and then you can add a condition, and you can do, again, sales booster, and then you could also lower your min price if you want. So you might put it at 0% here. And then, of course, as you move down, you could actually change this as well. So it's very flexible. And then this could be, you might be able to shift, maybe to 25%. And then you can move it down so you don't, go to 0% immediately to break even. And then this is important because there's some news on April 15th. Amazon has has some news to make space for Prime Day. Now they're going to remove stock that hasn't sold for the last 6 months, ASIN that hasn't sold, or stock that is in long-term storage, and that's after 12 months. And they're just going to automatically remove it, right? So in order to prevent it, the first thing to do is you're going to opt out, and you can use the inventory age to liquidate the product. Again, everybody's liquidation strategy is different, but it's an important part, and this is what many sellers, they need to do. So the other liquidation strategy I want to show you is regarded to long-term storage fees. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you guys a question before I continue here. So the first liquidation strategy, what is the strategy you should do for when you want to liquidate a product, when you want to liquidate product that's 90 days or it's a perishable item? So type it in the chat, and we're going to give you a cup of coffee on BQool. Okay, so the cup of coffee is going to be $5. Yeah, so if you can answer this, put it in the chat in the strategy. Which strategy should you use if you want to liquidate aging inventory? So I'm going to check the chat to see if anyone can answer this. Let's see, and whoever answers it is going to get a cup of coffee on BQool. All right, let's wait here. Okay, I'm still waiting here. I'm seeing there's an opportunity to get. Okay, I see $5 credit for a BQool account. Okay, I'm gonna go to 3. Okay, inventory age. Okay, congratulations. Shout out to Laura. Okay, so inventory age, and then you got to add another condition. So it's inventory age plus something else. Yeah, if you're looking to liquidate products after 90 days. Okay, well, the answer is inventory age plus sales units. So remember that, write that down. Inventory age plus sales units. Now the other scenario, so I'm going to congratulate Laura because she's the first one. So congratulations, Laura. All right, the second scenario is you're already incurring long-term storage fees. And then I had the opportunity, I'm just going to show you how to do that right here. So I'm going to my repricing dashboard again. I'm going to my conditions here. Okay, so everyone can see my screen here. Okay, there's a lot of people on the stream, so let me just add the new rule, and so you could see this for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go conditional repricing. I'm going to the advanced condition here, and I'm going to call this again long-term storage fees, liquidate. Okay. And then this is a question for you as a seller. I had the opportunity to talk to an 8-figure seller just the other day, and I asked him this question. I said, I mean, you have tons of different stock, and then how much are you willing to pay for excess inventory? Like, how much are you willing to pay for long-term storage fees? So look, I'm going to check the chat and see if if anyone's going to put in. And again, this is for $5. Yeah. So if you know what is the right answer, how much should you pay for if you have long-term storage fee, excess stock? How much are you willing? Okay, ZZ. All right, that's the right answer. He said the same thing. So the 8-figure seller told me 0. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised because I mean, like, wow, he has so much sales, and it's because you're already paying too much fees to Amazon. You're paying for the referral fees. You're paying for fulfillment fees. You're paying for so many different fees. And let's say even the water bottle example I use with $2.99. Let's say you sell it for $12.99. The actual profit that you get is only like 30%. All right, everything else is going to Amazon. And plus, if you're doing private label, you're paying a bunch of money for advertisements as well. So yes, the right answer is 0. Okay, you don't want to pay another dime to Amazon because you've been paying so much already. So this is how you set it up. I'm going to just show you on my screen here. You go to, in the when condition, this is the FBA advanced condition, and I click on inventory age, the when, and I go all the way down, and it's actually a 3-peat. So I'm going to first select the estimated excess, and then this is if it's greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, then you could use the ROI. Let's put it to 0% because you really want to get rid of this product, and you can put it to the sales maximizer. And then we could go to the or condition, and this is another condition, or if this happens. And this is a 3-peat, so I promise you a 3-peat. Here we go. Estimated long-term storage fees. And again, if it's greater than 0. Okay, we're going to put you to the AI sales maximizer here. And then again, I'm going to change my min price, ROI 0%, and that's to break even. Okay, and then another one, I'm going to add one more here, and this is the 3-peat, the third one, and this is the estimated long-term storage units. And of course, yeah, we do understand that this is calculated, like your long-term storage fees is calculated from the long-term storage units, but you don't really want to be paying more. Like it's like 15 cents every time you have an item there, so it's ridiculous. It's a lot of money, and you don't want to have money that's dripping out of your Amazon account without you even knowing about that. And then so here you go, you'll set again to 0%. Then I'm going to set here to the AI sales maximizer here as well. And then in the bottom here, when none of the above conditions is met, we set it to AI sales maximizer. Okay, so I'm going to go to next, and then I can use this condition. I can apply it into my listing. So that's scenario number 2 when you're trying to liquidate. And this is using the excess fee. This is for the long-term storage fees. So I'm going to go to the third scenario. I'm going to the third scenario here. And the third scenario that I want to talk about is something that is very common for a lot of people. And this is what's happening right now is when you are out of inventory space. And then you want to you want to have inventory space. And that's where this, Amazon, they want to make space for the Prime Day. And then if you go and look at the Amazon annual report, you're going to see that they're actually losing money on their warehouse. Believe it or not, they're losing money. They're making tons of money from advertising. So they're not making too much money by having your product in their storage. So they don't want to be a storage company. They want to be a fulfillment company. They want to have as much turnover so they can make as much money every time there's transactions and the products is set, and they get those referral fees, they get the FBA fulfillment fees as well. So what they want you to do, and that's why there's an IPI score, they want you to move the products quickly. And so the sell-through rate, as you guys all know, it's based on 90 days. And as I mentioned earlier, for Prime, they're trying to make space for Prime Day. And then some people, last year, Prime Day was like around June 15th. This year, our prediction based on a conversation with different people, and also with some experts, is going to probably be around July 15th. That's our estimated guess. And so in order to make space, they're going to encourage you to sell your products. So you have a higher sell-through rate. And if you have a higher sell-through rate, it's going to improve your cash flow with a more aggressive sell-through rate. So let me just show you what I mean by that here. So I'm going to go to scenarios. So we're going into the repricing rules. Again, I add a new rule, and this is for the conditional repricing, and this is the sell-through rate. So the sell-through rate, you could see it's between 0 and 7, right? So if it's below 2, that means the sell-through rate isn't doing that well. Now, if it's over 5, that means my sell-through rate is fast. And earlier, I showed you, like, how do you find your sell-through rate? You go to your Amazon, in your Amazon Seller Central, you go to inventory planning, and then from inventory planning, you can look at your health, and then in there, you can put the filter on, and then you can see your sell-through rate. Now, there are some updates from Amazon, and this is really new, but for your large sellers, you probably might know this. There's now a global FBA shipment, and this is currently still in beta. So if you have multiple marketplaces, you may have been invited to take a look at it, and you can actually check your sell-through rate and also your inventory allowance for multiple different marketplaces. Now, when you see it, it's going to give you like all the numbers, and then you got to click into it, and you can see the sell-through rate for the individual products. And then so for our sell-through rate, to make space, in order to you want to have a higher IPI score. This way, your storage fees are not going to be as expensive. You're not going to have to pay a reservation fee, additional costs, and then you're going to have enough storage. So you're going to use the sell-through rate. So if the product is selling really well, 5 to 7, you can put it to an AI profit booster. You could slow it down to get maximized amount of profit. But if it's not moving, then and you have a lot of inventory, then you could use under 1 and 2, you could put it to AI sales booster. Okay, so this is the sell-through rate scenario. All right, let's go into the next scenario. Yeah, let me just share with you the next scenario here. So let me share with you the next scenario. The next scenario is something, that is your most profitable item. So let's say you're selling like these chocolate chip cookie mix. Maybe it's like you got it from a retailer, maybe from Great Value, and it's like a replen. You keep on getting it. It's very profitable for you, but it's running out of stock. So before I asked some of the large customers, and then they told me what they do. They usually, they'll leave it on the same rule, and then they'll just quickly go and replenish the item. They'll just go buy more of the item, and then they can keep on selling, and then they'll keep on selling. They won't change the rule too much. But now there's another option, because now they can do that. They can actually get more profits for that. And then the way to do that right here, I'm just going to go and share my screen with you just to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going into my repricing rules here. And then I'm going to go right into add a new rule. And I'm going to the conditional repricing here, and I'm going into FBA advanced condition. Okay, so now under our framework, we're talking more about the sales, about sales and then available quantity, about the units, and this is related in that framework. So I'm going to go to my FBA advanced conditions here, and then I'm going to select right here. When inventory age, and right here, I'm going to pick the available quantity, okay? Because I want to pick the available quantity because I have only a certain amount of quantity left. So back to the chocolate chip cookie mix. If on average, I sell 30 of them per month, but now I only have less than, let's say, 5 of them. Then what I can actually do, I could actually increase my ROI. So let's say my ROI was about 50%. I can actually increase it to 65%. I can also move it into an AI profit booster because I want to be more profit driven. And then another thing I can do, and it's not the only thing I can do, I could actually go to your price, and then I can go to either buy box price plus a certain amount, maybe plus $1. I could also go into my max price, just minus maybe like 50 cents, or a certain percentage as well. I can, minus maybe 5%, a certain percentage. And then, so that's the available quantity. But we want to do one more thing. to make sure that, it's running out of stock. We want to make sure that it's selling, right? So I'm going to go to add a condition here, and I'm going to go units sold the last 7 days. So the units sold the last 7 days, let's say you have 30 items. So we divide that by 4. Okay, maybe you're doing about 7.5, let's say 8 to be safe. So in the units sold the last 7 days is greater than 8. So we know that it's going to run out soon. So if I set this condition, it's going to put me back into a more profitable rule. It also will increase my min price, or I can also set it to a specific price to maximize my profit. So this is really going to help the people who want to increase their profits for their most profitable items while they source the product to replenish it. All right, so I'm going to ask a question right now to see if you're paying attention here. So the question I want to ask you right now, and please remove the answer because you have the answer up, is for scenario number 4, for your most profitable product, what kind of, and it's running out of stock, what kind of strategy should you use for the conditional repricing? All right, so I want you to type it in the chat. Let me know what strategy will you use if it's the most profitable item that's running out of stock. What is the strategy that you should use using conditional repricing? All right, so I am looking in the chat. I want to see who's going to answer the right question. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. I'm going to go down the chat here. All right, I'm seeing a lot of answers. All right, who is going to answer? I'm going to look at the different platforms that we have as well here. All right. We have Riley. Yeah, Riley. Yeah, she got the right answer. Available. And there's also other ones. And car crash. Okay, car crash. All right. Okay. The right answer is available quantity plus units sold. So congratulations, Michael. Big shout out to Michael. Yeah. So you need to put both conditions because you might have available quantity, but you're not selling that fast. So you want to have available quantity plus the units sold. All right. Let's go to the next scenario. Yeah. So pay attention to what I'm saying. Let's go to the next scenario here, and this is something that is important for many people. It's important for many people. And this is, when your best seller loses sale by 50%. And it could be a replen that you usually buy. It could be a wholesome item you buy huge amounts of, but your best seller has lost 50%. What are you going to do, right? And then again, this one is more related to the sales. So what you can do here, I'm going to show you. Go to when, and then you can go to sales percentage. So you can actually pick, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. Let's say your best seller has lost sales by 50% in 1 month. Okay, so I'm going to do 30 days here. So the sales percentage, 30 days. And then I'm going to go to save. Remember you to save it because you need to save it for it to apply. And then here, sales percentage decreased by 30 days, decreased by 50%. Okay, so what is your strategy, right? Well, you might put it into a more aggressive rule because you still have tons of stock. And that's another assumption that I'm making. You have tons of stock for that, right? So maybe your best seller, you usually get 35%. You might need to reset the min to 25%. And there could be a lot of different reasons, right? It could be because this product now, a lot more people are on the listing. It could be that this item, the price, it is a seasonal item as well. It could be different things, right? So you also want to do available quantity as well. So I'm going to add that condition, and then I'm going to put available quantity. So the condition you want to put, the first one is the sales decreased by 50%, and the available quantity. Let's say usually maybe for your bestseller, let's go back into that. Let's go back to the chocolate cookie mix. Maybe you sell 30 a month. But right now, your available quantity is still over 20, and that's within a month. And then so it's the condition is over 20, and it's decreased by 50%. Then you could actually reset the min price. Now, if your bestseller, the reverse is true as well. So I can go back to the sales percentage, and then this could be again 30 days. and I press save. And if it's greater than, if it's increased by 50%, then the reverse is true, right? And then maybe you have the available quantity. It's not that much. That's, you have less than 10 of them. Then you could actually put it to a more profit-driven rule, like the AI profit maximizer. You might even change the ROI. You might, instead of 35%, you might move it to 50%. And then when none of the above condition is met, for my bestseller, this one I'll probably put to AI equalizer, right? Because it has an equal sales and profits. So this really depends on what the condition is. But the important thing to do is to use the combination of the sales percent decrease and also the available quantity. There's also other ways to do this, which I'm going to show in future videos as well. All right, I'm gonna have time for one more real life scenario, and this one, everybody faces this issue. Everyone has this problem here, and this one is when the listing is not in the buy box. Okay, so there could be so many different reasons why the listing's on the buy box. You might have gone out and you might have purchased toys, maybe on JCPenney's website. Maybe you went to TJ Maxx and you got tons of like tropical products. You bought tons of them. And then or maybe you found a new coloring book that you thought is going to do well. But unfortunately, Amazon jumps on your listing, right? Or maybe there's more competition. A lot more people are buying the same clearance items. So it's increased a lot of quality competitors. And then who's a quality competitor? Maybe their FBA competitor competing against you. And the products you're sending in is not in the buy box. You might also be a FBM seller and you're competing against FBA sellers. So your listing is not in the buy box. And if you don't have the buy box, you don't have any sales. So no buy box, no sales. Yes, buy box, yes, sales. Earlier, I showed you how to do this. You can go to your repricing dashboard. This is what I showed you earlier. And then in the repricing dashboard, you can go all the way down. Yeah, let's just wait for a second here while it loads. And you go all the way down to listing overview. This is in the bottom here. And then you can check all of the listing that are not in the buy box. And you click on that, it will bring you to the page where the listing is not in the buy box. But there's now even a faster way to do this. There's a faster way now. So when I go into my conditional repricing here, going back to this part. I'm gonna just remove all of these first, and with a clean state, I go to the when condition, and I select the listings that are not in the buy box right here. Okay, so listings that are in the buy box, and then so we can actually select from 2 days all the way to to 30 days. So let's say your listing is not in the buy box for the last 7 days. And then, so if it's not in the buy box last 7 days, what you want to do is you want to set the condition here where you also don't have any sales units. Okay, so let's say the listing's not in the buy box for 14 days. That's long enough, right? 14 days. And then I want to add the condition here, and then the units hasn't sold in the last 14 days as well. So I'm going to pick the same here, 14 days. So it means that you're not in the buy box, you're not selling any of them. The units in the last sold is less than, I don't know, maybe it's a lot less than what you expected, 2. Then you might shift your ROI. You might need to change it from like maybe 35%. Maybe you ought to change it to 25%. You might put it into like maybe like the sales booster. Okay, so you can set that up. And so you have the main condition, which is listing not in the buy box, and then the child one is the units sold for the last 14 days. So that's what you can do to automate this. This is going to help you when you're not in the buy box. Instead of having to go look at it earlier, I taught you to go look at it on a weekly basis. The listings that are not in the buy box, and then you need to adjust your strategies. Now you can automatically adjust that. You can add more conditions, listing on the buy box, very specifically, and you still got a bunch of inventory. You could also do listing on the buy box, and you could do the listing already at the min price for the last again, let's say, 14 days, and you're still not getting the buy box, then yeah, it means that you probably have to decrease your min price in order to get more sales. Yeah, in order to get that turnover. So now we're gonna come to the Q&A section, and I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to all the questions that the customers are asking, that you guys are asking. So type in your question into the chat. I'm gonna look at what you ask, and then if there's a lot of the same question over and over again, then I will talk a little bit about that. All right, so let's take a look at the chat right now. Okay, so this question is from Claire here, and Claire is okay. She's saying, "I'm using another repricer. What is the best way to switch over?" And then, okay, let me see. How much you have and what you sold for. Let me just look at the question. Okay, so the first question: I'm using another repricer. What is the best way to switch over? Okay, so the best way to switch over is first, as my friend Anthony says, you got to take the first step. Don't think of too many questions. It's not overly complicated. First, sign up. Sign up to the BQool Repricing Central. It takes 5 minutes to sign up, super fast. And then what you can do is you can set up your min and max and rule for your ASINs, but don't enable the repricing yet. And what you can do, a lot of the other repricers, they also have the templates. So you can download the templates and you can paste it into the BQool template. We actually have a video that teaches you how to do that. And then you can pause the other repricer once you have your mins and max and also the rule that you want. And then you can enable the repricing for your ASINs on BQool. And I don't recommend you to have more than one repricer. So just use one repricer. You don't want to have your foot in two boats, go in two different directions. It's not the good way. Or if you're using the Amazon automated pricing. So just pick one and pick BQool because BQool is the best repricer. All right, let's take another question here. Okay, so the other question I have, I'm looking at the questions here. Let's see. Another question, Basemont. Okay, it says, let's say, so is your conditional repricing based on my entire Amazon account or specific ASIN? Okay, so this question is asking, like, during the repricing, is it based on my entire Amazon account health? For example, let's say all my listings sell through rate, or is it on a specific ASIN? Well, for sure, the conditional repricing is going to be applicable to all of the ASINs in the Amazon account. But you can decide what specific ASINs that you need to enable with which specific conditional repricing rule. And the reason for that is, let's say for the sell-through rate, we're not going to look at the whole account. We're going to look at that specific ASIN because you're repricing that specific ASIN. You're not repricing all of your listings. So you're repricing the ones that you have enabled. And the same goes for, let's say you have excess stock. It's going to be on that specific ASIN. So we reprice by the ASIN, not by the entire Amazon account. All right, let's take another look at some of the questions that we have here. Let's see what other people are asking here. Okay, so the other question, okay, I'm looking at some other chats in the other platforms here, and the question is, how is your conditional repricing different than other people's conditional repricing? Yeah, let's type that one up. Let's put it up. Okay, so how is your conditional repricing different than others on the market? Okay, I'm glad you asked that. Well, BQool has been in the business for more than 10 years, and we're actually in the invite-only Amazon Development Council. So for many of you, you might not know, but Amazon is in the midst of migrating and asking all of the other third party to migrate their API. The existing one is called MWS, and they've been using it for 10 years. But now it's going to migrate over to the SP API, and that's a seller. It means selling partner. So that's the new API, and the API will actually pull the data from Amazon, and that's going to be announced on July 31st. So the difference is if you're in the development council, which BQool is, then you're going to have less issues. It's going to have less glitches. Then if you're a brand new software in the last 1 or 2 years, you're not in the development council because you don't have all this information as early as the people in the invite only, and you don't have all the support from Amazon either. So we strongly recommend you to use a software tool that is in the Amazon Marketplace Development Council. This will be like BQool, our strategic partner like Inventory Lab, and there's others on the market as well. And second, we also have a team of in-house engineers. And then it's a full stack team. So both for front end and also for back end. And this is a great R&D team. And many of them has been with us for over 10, from 10 years. And they have a lot of experience and they are working around the clock for more than 10 years. I want to thank all the BQool R&D members for making the conditional repricing possible for you guys. And they're so great that they actually are interviewed by the AWS team to how we could provide the quality software solutions to the Amazon sellers. And also, as part of the Amazon Marketplace Development Council, you're regularly audited by Amazon as well. And BQool also uses the AWS servers. So what that means is more secure, it's more scalable, and it's a lot more expensive. But you get for what you pay for. So there's much better integration as well. And the most important thing, I think, for the sellers is affordable. So our AI plus algorithmic repricing plus now conditional repricing, it's very affordable. We start out at $25, and then for the conditional repricing, you could have it for as little as $50. Some of our competitors charge you 10 times as much, but we want to make it available for everybody. We want to disrupt the industry and provide conditional repricing so you have better experience as well. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other questions we have here as well. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at the question here. Switching over. Okay, let's take a look. And the question is, okay, this question, okay, they're asking like, what is the pricing for the conditional repricing? So what is the pricing for that? Well, the conditional repricing, it will take one of your AI listings. And the reason it will take one of your AI listings is because it takes a lot more resources to switch between the rules. And before you could only use one AI rule, now you can use all 5. Now you can mix and match. You can use rule-based, plus you could use the AI rules as well. And of course, we also have the R&D cost, and we want to keep these costs as low as possible for you so we don't increase our prices. A lot of people, they increase their prices, but we are giving it for all the people who have AI. We include the conditional repricing as well. And I want you to think of it, just like, let's say, James Bond, right? Think about James Bond. So who's going to be the next James Bond, right? Okay, nobody knows, but this is what we know. We know when James Bond, when he goes to a bar and he orders a martini, the martini is made from, let's say, gin and vermouth, and then you add olives, and all those ingredients, by themselves, they're not expensive. But when you mix it together, it becomes a cocktail. And that's what it is. The conditional repricing is like a cocktail that's going to help you get better performance. It's going to help you win the business. Okay, we have time for just a few more questions here. And then let's see what other questions we have here. Yeah, 1 second here. Okay. The other question here is, how do I get some more information about the conditional repricing here? Where can I find more information about it? Okay, well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, the first step is to rewatch this live stream. And the reason I say that is so you can look at the foundations. It's like Lego blocks. You want to have the foundations first. And then the next step is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be sharing some of the most important scenarios. You can also comment on the live stream what scenarios you want me to prioritize first. And if a lot of people ask for the same scenario, then I'll make a video about that because that's obviously a common pain point that you guys have. And then you can also join our onboarding webinar. And this is exclusive for BQool members. and also exclusive for the people who have signed up to BQool. And we are also going to offer advanced conditional repricing onboarding so that you can get this training. It's going to be a small group environment. And if you get Amazon training, maybe, for some other people, they offer it at $5,000 just for a few sessions, but you can join as many of these as you want when you're a BQool member. And you can join and you can teach you how to get the best results using the Repricer. And this is where you can get more information about the conditional repricing. We'll also be releasing updates on our website and our support site, so you can definitely check those out as well. And also contact our support at BQool.com as well. All right, let's go to the next subject. We have something very special for you. We have 2 exclusive offers for you that we're offering for today. And this is the exclusive launch discount. And we've never done this before, but we're going to give $45 off. That's $45 off on the $100 monthly plan. And the way that it's going to work is going to be $15 off per month for 3 months. So consecutive 3 months. And, it's like a perpetual 3 months of $15 off. And we want to do that so that you can try the conditional repricing before you invest into it. And the second offer that we're offering, and this is requested by our customers, they really want is, to have the full year, $100 full year annual plan, and they want 2 extra months. And for those 2 extra months, if you do the calculation for the $100 plan, that's the 2 extra months, that's worth like $100 per month. And you already get the 10%. And then so it comes to about a 30% saving. So definitely check it out. And these offers are available until May 14th. So it doesn't last forever. And we don't give out a lot of discounts and offers because most of the time the repricer will pay for itself. Your investment will pay for itself very, very quickly. And for the people who join the annual plan, the $100 annual plan, they will be eligible to join the BQool Rewards program. And for the people who are already in the BQool Rewards program, a lot of them, they got a sneak peek before anybody else of the newest features. And then we roll out the newest features to them as well. They could see that and they could use it for their business. So if you were one of those people who joined the early sneak peek earlier and you were a BQool Rewards program member, type BQool VIP in the chat right now. Type BQool VIP. All right, I'm seeing there's a lot of different people who are now putting BQool VIP in our different chat streams, in our different streams. So I've seen a lot of people with BQool VIP. And the advantages of joining the BQool Rewards program is you also get automated discount up to 20% automatic. And you'll also get personalized account health check. That's one-on-one, personalized account, improve your performance. And then also, you'll also be eligible for exclusive giveaways. And we also have some exclusive webinars available just for our BQool Rewards program member. And then so you can join now. I'm not saying those are the reasons that you should join, but I'm saying that those are there's a lot of people join because of those reasons. So definitely join the annual program and then also contact our support with BQool VIP so that you can be joining the BQool Rewards program. If you're a $100 annual subscriber already and you're not a BQool Rewards program, then definitely join to get all of those benefits. All right, last, as I promised you earlier, we're going to have a massive giveaway. For the people who are here, we're doing a massive giveaway. And the massive giveaway is this. We're doing 1 full year. That's 1 full year of the BQool Repricer. And that's worth $1,200. So we're going to do that right now, right away. And then I got a list, and this is for the people who joined the survey. Okay, the people who gave me the scenarios. They put a lot of effort. They read our emails, they reply us, and then we appreciate them. We appreciate you. So we're going to do this lucky draw for those people who filled the survey. So I have a list here. I'm going to just share my screen. I'm sharing my screen right now. Let me share my screen. Let me share it to the spinning screen here. And this is a random screen that we haven't inserted anybody's name. I have a list. Okay, this is a list of the people who joined. I've removed the emails. so that for privacy reasons. And here I'm adding it by bulk. Okay, I'm adding it into the system here. Okay, so if it's you, make sure to contact us. I'm importing in right now. So the chances of winning is 1 out of 65. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not. So I'm gonna spin it now. I'm gonna spin it now. All right. Should I spin now? Should I do it? Type it in the chat. Put spin. Put spin in the chat. I want to hear it. Spin in the chat, and then I'm gonna spin, and I'm gonna draw out the lucky winners of this rewards program. All right. Big. Okay. All right. I'm gonna spin now. I'm gonna spin. All right. Who's gonna be the winner? Spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. All right. Could it be you? It could be you. And it's Polka No Paul. So congratulations, Polka No Paul. You are the winner of our BQool rewards, BQool Repricer 1-year annual subscription. So congratulations to you. And now for everybody else, we do have the exclusive launch day discounts. Those will expire on May 14th. And we do really appreciate you for joining today's live stream. If you were one of the winners of the $5, definitely contact us so we can credit to your account. And make sure to join more of the live streams. And tell me what's your experience using the conditional repricing. Also, comment in the live stream about what scenarios you want us to make a video about, and definitely going to make those videos first for you. So I'll see you in the next webinar. Thanks for your time. And the last thing I want to tell you is you guys are part of the action takers. You've watching this live stream, you've taken the time, and you've invested time into your business tool. So you're better than 80-90% of the people already. So you're going to be successful. I believe in you. You can do it. Let's grow your business together. So I'll see you in our next webinar.